We can find the domain and range of this without graphing by just looking at what values we could or couldn't have for x. So we need to be careful about what we put into x to make sure that there's no negative numbers underneath the square root. So let's say, okay, we need x minus 3, the piece underneath the square root. That has to be greater than or equal to 0. It can't be negative. So if we solve this inequality, we get x is greater than or equal to 3. And so that's going to be the domain. We can't have any x values less than 3. So imagine if we plug in 2. Then underneath the square root, we'd have 2 minus 3, which would be negative 1. We'd have negative numbers under that square root, which would bring us into the imaginary dimension, and we're not looking to do that right now. Okay, to figure out what the possible y values are going to be, the range, well, let's first think about what the overall shape of the graph is going to be. This number out front is positive, so that means it's going to look something like this. It's going to be going up rather than down. So if we can find the y value at this point that is right here, then we can just say that it's going to be anything greater than or equal to that. And that point that I circled is where x is 3. That's the farthest to the left we can get. So let's take our x value of 3 and plug it into the function and see what we get. So this is 1/4 times the square root of 3 minus 3 plus 6. 3 minus 3 is 0, so that whole thing just goes away, and we get 6. So that means the y value of this point here is 6. So the domain is y is greater than or equal to 6.